What about now? Can anyone hear me now? If you can hear me now, I know what the problem was. Yeah, I had a speaker plugged into it. Apparently that kills the microphone too. Yeah, you learn something new every day. So I guess we'll unplug the power to that also. Okay, sorry about that, everyone. I'll go back to the beginning. Hello, Texas Homegrown Girl. Hello, Samantha. Hello, Watchtown Mountain Living. Hello, Maggie. Hello, Haig. Hello, Kimberly. Hello, Henry. Welcome in, everyone. Well, it wouldn't be alive if we didn't have some problems, would it? Well, I guess we're going to have some cooler weather coming in now for the next week. We're not supposed to have any triple-digit temperatures until September 5th, I believe it is. Next day, they're predicting 100 degrees. Most of next week, supposed to be mid to upper 80s. So maybe that'll make things a little bit better. I've got 90 right now. Hello, Haig. Let's see what Nightbot says about the weather. So, Jerry, thank you very much. If anyone hasn't hit the thumbs up, please do. That really helps out. Well, Nightbot saying it's 91. I've got 90, so we're close. Yeah, I know a lot of places it's been in the 70s. Yeah, Chicago. Well, I have been told that once you hit 50 likes, that YouTube will push it out more. And there was one live where I hit 50 likes, and within just very few minutes after I hit 50 likes, I had a half dozen people come to live that hadn't been there before, and they were ones that normally didn't come into my lives. All of a sudden, they were there. So I'm thinking that it may. Well, that's good, J&B. And we're supposed to be mid to upper 80s most of next week. It's September 5th or something like that. Next day, it's supposed to be 100 degrees. Hello, Carrie. Hello, Russian Wind Mountain. Yeah, I'm not sure how many days we had over 100. I don't even want to take a guess at it. But I don't think it was near as many as it was last summer. Even though I wasn't here last summer, I was watching videos from a lot of channels in this area, and it just seemed like it was over a month straight. There was over 100 every day. And I don't think we've had any stretch more than, I could be off a little bit on this, but I don't think we've had any stretch where it's been over 100 for more than a week at a time. Let me see, everyone's saying hello to everyone. If anyone wants to have Nightbot drop your link, type King in chat, and Nightbot will drop your link for you. Well, chickens, they get pretty hot in this weather. But they're in shade probably 80-90% of the day. They're not getting too much sun where they are. So they seem to be handling it well. And they like to go under their coop. So that keeps them a little cooler. Hello, the chicken. I finished watching your 3-hour and 51-minute video last night. You're a goofball, Mike. Well, it doesn't do you any good if they keep removing the hours and views. Yeah, sorry to hear they're doing that. Oh, my little chicks aren't little chicks anymore. They're growing every day. I think sometimes I can almost see from morning to night how much they've grown during the day. And the only thing I've really noticed, I haven't noticed any of my regular videos where that happens, but I've noticed on my shorts that the views will go down on them. What I'm thinking it is with the shorts, I could be wrong on this, where all my shorts are right around 14, 15 seconds. And if you don't click on something else, they just keep playing over. And I'm thinking possibly initially it's counting like maybe 3, 4, 5 views for the same person. And then they go back later and, oh, wait a minute, we can only count this once. But I don't understand on the regular videos how that happens. Because we'll never fully understand YouTube anyways. Oh yeah, maybe I've made a few shorts. Everyone keeps telling me I need to make more, and I keep saying I'm going to get back into it because At first, they were doing really good. I've got one that's got 6,000 views, and I've got 2 or 3 that's 1,000, 2,000 views. But then the last 3 or 4 I made, they did horrible. Most of them with less than 100 views. So I just got discouraged and gave it up. But I do want to get back into it at some point. I got to get back into making more videos too. In the past few days, maybe a week or so, I haven't felt the greatest. Haven't really been sick, just not really feeling the greatest. And I think the weather's been a big part of that. Because I notice I get up in the morning, I'll be fine. And then after I go outside and do a little bit outside, then I come back in and I just don't feel the greatest the rest of the day. So we'll see if that theory works out this week. Because if it really is the hot weather doing it to me, it shouldn't be happening this week. Hello, Sandra. Yeah, I'm thinking that it was the heat, especially with the timing. Because in the morning I'd be perfectly fine. And I haven't been doing a lot outside at all. Going out, feeding water to the chicken's been my big thing. That only takes me a half hour, a little better to do that. Hello, Paula. Yeah, I haven't really figured out what works good for shorts, so I'm gonna have to do a little experiment with that. I've had 1 or 2 of them on chickens that did really good, and then some that did terrible. And I think the one that I did with the pig Charlie, he was the big male pig. I think that one did good. Hello, Victoria. And I actually have a channel for shorts. I haven't put anything on that at all, nothing at all. I made that channel back when my shorts were doing better, and I intended to put quite a few shorts on there. But I do have to do something to try to get the channel going again. Because I'm only at, well, I haven't checked the last day or two. Last I checked, I was at 1,061 subscribers. And I hit 1,000 in May. So in 3 months, I've only gained about 60 subscribers. But I'm not complaining because I haven't been getting many videos out. In fact, I just looked. It's been 11 days since I put a video out. I've got some ideas. I know what I'm going to do the videos on. But past week or so, I just haven't felt like doing that. Because obviously, I've got to get the chickens taken care of first. After I feed and water the chickens outside, then it's feed and water the chickens inside. And then, let's get a little more often now. It was every few days, clean out the brooder. Now it's getting just about every day now. But I do have plans of getting them outside coming up shortly. They're not going under the heat plate at all. I actually have unplugged that now. Probably gonna wait a few more days. Well, I've got to wait a few more days because I don't have everything I need right now to get them set up outside. We're supposed to have a night or two in the low 60s, and then next week, and it's supposed to start being in the 70s at night again. So they should be ready to go out then. Let's check and see how many comments I've missed here. Okay, we'll have to see if we can help you out with your hours, Victoria. I've got 2 people in here that I know really could use some help with the watch hours. The chicken and quiet listener. They both have the subscribers, but they need watch hours. Yeah, the chicks are doing very well. Very happy with them. Hello, Steve. Yeah, I'm just kind of questioning both Orpingtons a little bit because they seem to be feathering in darker than the Buff Orpington color. But I don't remember my last 2 doing that. It's been over 2 years since I've had any Buff Orpington chicks. I thought they started feathering in with just the buff colored feathers. But these have got feathers that are almost dark enough to call brown. Not quite. But I have looked up some images of Buff Orpington chicks, and I see some of them do seem to feather in a little dark at first. So I'm hoping. A Russian Wind Mountain could use watchtowers also. And again, if anyone wants to drop your channel link, type in King. Hello, Ark Wild Man. Surprised you're not asleep after that night you had last night. And if any of you didn't see Ark Wildman's community post, he spent the night out in the wild last night. And armadillo around there during the night woke him up, and had squirrels in the tree that he was sleeping under. Woke up to a fox this morning. Yeah, I see you got a lot of playlists there, the chicken. Since the cats don't seem to want to let me just leave my laptop running overnight, they keep walking across the keyboard and stopping the video or shutting it off entirely or whatever. I usually just pick out playlist that looks interesting, since I gotta be right here with the laptop when I'm watching it. Yeah, that 4-hour video there, that's kind of interesting. Hi, Superman. And if Superman came over and laid down next to me. The chicken, if you don't understand what Quiet Listener is saying there, what she's saying is you can still have all the playlists you have now, but if you can make one master playlist, then that one people can just start running and let it run. Yeah, luckily I had my watch hours probably 3 weeks, at least 2 weeks. I think 2 or 3 weeks before I had my subscribers. So basically, you can say I got them just about the same time. Hello, Anne Marie. Good to see you got a truck to drive in the time being. I know you're having issues with your insurance company, but I'm glad you're able to get something to drive. And hopefully you get that straightened out and then be able to get what you want. And I know we've got some people in here that I haven't seen the last couple weeks. So I'll give you an update on my license now. New York renewed my license, and they sent it out sometime last week. I think most likely It's sitting at the post office right now. But unfortunately, I don't have my own P.O. box yet. So I'm not able to get that. So hopefully I can get that very soon. And then two things I'm going to do right off when I get it. Do the ID verification for Google AdSense so I can get going and get the monetization unpaused. And also, I want to get my own P.O. box. Because I'm just a little over a mile from the post office. So I'd love to have my own P.O. box so I can just go there every day and get my mail. Hello, Wanda. So hopefully that'll happen this week. And then after I get those two things done, then I'll have to get ride to the DMV office. They don't call it the DMV office, but whatever they call it. I've been there, so I know where it is and stuff. So I can get that transferred to an Arkansas license. Then after that, then I'll be able to apply for food stamps and apply for Medicaid. Hello, the Bud Files. All I got to do is get someone to go get the mail for me. And then I'm sure my license is sitting there. Because they said they were going to send it out on or about August 23rd. And they normally send it out before the date that they put on there. So I'm sure it's at the post office. Then once I get it, then I can just go to the post office the next day and get my own P.O. box. But I do need to get food stamps and Medicaid. Because I'm out of my prescription now. So I have to get set up with a doctor anyways. And then get my prescription for my medicine so I can get restarted on that. Hello, David. And then also, I need food stamps so I don't have to buy my food because that's killing me. Hello, Brenda. I've had to buy a few other things, and right now, I think I lack a few dollars from having enough to get my license transferred. Because it's $40 for the 8-year license, $5 transfer fee, and then $2 to use a credit card, which I'll be using a debit card, but I assume it'll be a $2 fee on that. And I've got $40 and some cents on that. And then I have a gift card that's got $34 left on it. And it's going to be $33 to get my P.O. box. And if I still had all that money I've spent on food in the last month, then I'd be in good shape right now. That's why it's important that I can get all that done. I'll go back up here. I know I saw a comment up here I want to answer. What do you need to know about Nightbot? I might be able to help you with that. Oh, yes, it is, Amory. The price of food is insane right now. Last week, I got a ride into town, so I stopped, picked up just a few items. I needed butter, bread. I got some banquet frozen dinners, potato chips, watermelon, a few things like that. But it wasn't that much. I think everything fit into 3 bags, and then the watermelon, of course, they didn't put in a bag. And just for the watermelon and 3 bags of groceries was $40, $41, I think it was. Hello, Jason and Tara. Okay, I would have to look this up so I could tell you exactly what to do. But there's settings in there that you've got to disable. You have your email address in your about section or somewheres, then I can look that up later on tonight after my live gets over with. I can send you an email on what to do. Well, the only thing I can do for helping you add stuff is add weather. I can't remember if you've got that now or not. I wanted to add the joke to my Nightbot, but I can't figure out how to do it. I tried looking it up, and I'm getting conflicting commands on how to do it. So I gotta find out from someone how to do that. I'll be with you in just a minute, the chicken. Okay, Victoria, I took down your email. I'll look up what you have to go into to do that. It's not hard. Okay. Oh, okay. Hello, the chicken.
Hi. I was originally going to be on my microphone in there, but like I don't know why it just decided to stop working, so I'm out here on my phone. So sorry if the audio quality's a bit like bad.
You probably won't get to see me play the piano.
Does it like not work or something?
It's to talk about the piano and my virtual background.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
It probably needs some repairing.
Even if I had a piano, you wouldn't see me playing that. Hello, Roberta. I don't think I said hello to you yet. You know, when I was a kid, I had an organ that I used to mess around with a little bit, but never could really play it. I kind of played trumpet in the high school band, but wasn't very good at it. I guess did a little more remodeling than you did, Anne Marie. You'll get there someday. Okay, Brenda. If I wasn't afraid of my laptop freezing up, I would open up Nightbot and I'd be able to tell you right off what you needed to do there, Sandra.
If you want to type it in the chat.
What's that?
If you want to type in the chat.
I know you cut out a little bit there, the chicken.
Oh, if you want, I can type it in the chat. Hopefully that one came through.
Yeah, it's not hard to do at all, Sandra. It's just I can't remember. As soon as I go to Nightbot, I'll recognize it right off, but I just can't remember it right now. Yeah, you do pretty good on whatever I've seen you play, Victoria. Okay, you have a nice evening also, Russian Wind.
I think I got it right in the chat. I don't really know if I got it right, though.
Just weather.
Oh, then I don't need the exclamation point.
No exclamation point.
All right. Right, there we go. That should work. I think 72838 is right. I had to Google that one. Yep, there we go. I got it. It's 91.
When I was younger, I wanted to play the guitar, but never did learn the guitar. Hello, Lindy. Okay. Yeah, numbers have really dropped off.
Yeah, my numbers on my streams oftentimes drop off as well, like really quickly.
Had about 20 in here at one point.
The most I've ever had on a stream was 26 during my 500 subscriber special for like 10 minutes. Then it dropped back down to like 8. But it was very consistent at like 8 for the whole stream. But every time I do a live trivia tournament, there's always like 18 or 19 people there for like the entire stream. And it doesn't really get below 10.
My average view time on a live is normally somewhere around 15 minutes, a little less than 15 minutes.
On a stream with less people, it's actually more for me. Like on a stream with like 18 people, it'd be like, it would usually be like 3 to 6 minutes. But on a stream with just like 5 people, it's like over an hour sometimes.
Oh, I can't remember if it was Wednesday night or if it was last Sunday. My average view time was about 20 minutes. I think that was Wednesday, if I remember right. From what I've been told, to count as a view, someone needs to watch it for 5 minutes. So And I think most people in here at least 5 minutes. So everyone should count the view. Yeah, that is funny, David, because should come up whatever zip code you put in. Unless it's a glitch in the database or something. Yeah, I do 2 lives a week. This one on Sunday at 5:30 Central, and then Wednesday evening at 10 o'clock Central. Hello, Chef. Thanks for the thumbs up.
I can't stay for much longer because I have to go film a video. I'm like continuing like a series that I do where like I'm reviewing every chicken breed. I gotta like film that real quick because like the sun is setting over here. So if the live is still going by the time I'm done like filming and like I'm starting to edit, I might join again, but I don't really know.
Okay, not a problem. Well, thanks for being here.
Yep. And I'm
I
still working
appreciate
40 hours.
Yeah, I wish I could do 2 lives at a time, David. Because Saturday's a busy time. I'm in Arkansas, not too far from Oklahoma. The county I live in borders Oklahoma. Kind of cool up in New York today, isn't it, David? Yeah, it's funny the way some of this stuff works. I've never heard of that, then the okay. Yeah, it makes it rough, Victoria, when you're limited on the days that you can do lives. Yeah, David, your live is on the same time as Devil Dog, and then every other week, Lazy Days Ahead overlaps on the Devil Dog. Well, I understand computer problems, that's for sure. Oh, thanks for saying where that is, Roberta. I was just going to say, I'm going to have to look that up sometime because I've never heard of that before. I know I did get a notification, forgot when it was, sometime, I think it was last week, that you were going live, Victoria, but I was doing something at the time and then ended up not making it there. I wish this chat would quit bouncing around on me. Yeah, once I get a vehicle, I want to do some exploring around here. And I hope I didn't miss anyone. Oh, probably someone typed in weather in their zip code to check the weather at their location, and that's where they were from. Yeah, that's what it is. Sandra must have typed in to check her weather. Yeah, that is one thing that does suck, David. But the property tax is so much lower here. So I figure that outweighs the other taxes that there is here. Because a few years back, I had a small house in New York, and it was between $1,200 and $1,400 a year. The house was assessed at less than $40,000. Hello, David.
Hey, how we doing, Peter?
Not too bad.
I had to go back over to YouTube and mute it so we didn't have an echo going on. I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea what my computer's doing, but that hard drive is going nuts right now. And it was like, okay. I tried clicking on links. I tried saying, okay, well, let's go to Task Manager, see what's running in the background. Nothing shows up. But something definitely is running. I don't know what it is. I think it's funny that I actually have my camera on right now, and it came up as being, yeah, your camera's been muted. Let me see if I can pull it up.
I'm hoping, Haig, I don't know if you were in here earlier, but I was saying that I'm sure my license is at the post office right now. I just have to get someone to get it for me because I don't have my own P.O. box.
All right, now we got the camera working. I don't know what
There
was
you
going
go.
on with that. I unplugged it, plugged it back in. It's like, yeah, here I am. I don't know. This computer's been going.
Why don't you get muted?
When I started first going on your live chat, my computer just totally locked up. The hard drive's going nuts on it, and I'm just like, I'm a computer guy, and I can't figure out why. And it's like, is there something updating in the background I don't know about or what? But yeah, it was just like, wow, this is really strange. Hey, I don't know if you noticed, Peter, but I stole your background there for one of mine, and I actually had to jump back out because people thought I owned that baby grand piano over your right shoulder.
A lot of people use.
I like StreamYard. I like StreamYard, but I don't really care for the blur effect because my office chair doesn't show up half the time. And I actually had a white background behind me because I tried to blur out what's behind me. Right now, I don't have any lights on, so that kind of blurs it out pretty good. I'm just relying on the monitor for the light. But yeah, StreamYard is nice, but there are some flaws that I wish they'd work on and try to get fixed up.
Yep, I know what you mean. Could you mute YouTube?
Go ahead.
Could you mute YouTube? We got an echo.
You got an echo?
Yes.
All right, hold on. I got another computer working in the background. Let me go shut that one off.
Hi, Peter. Hello.
Hello.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. Is that better?
Is that better?
All right, Pete, how's that work?
There any echo
There
now?
any echo now?
Someone's echoing.
Someone's echoing.
Okay, I just shut everything. The only thing,
Yeah.
The only thing I have open
is
is
Renard.
How do you pronounce your name?
Uchidowski.
Uchidowski.
Okay. I was
Hold
gonna
on,
say
hold on, let me
Utsi. I was gonna say hi Utski, but I wasn't too sure if that's the way you pronounced it, and I didn't want to embarrass you or me.
My echo
cancellation
cancellation
is on,
and
and
my
my
reduced
reduced
background
background
noise is
noise is
on.
on.
I have
I have nothing open
but a
but a bad echo.
I said hi to everybody in here earlier, and I'm sorry if I didn't see you say hi back to me. Like I say, my computer was going nuts.
I'm
I'm
quiet.
quiet listener.
It's slowing down, but it's not to where it needs to be yet. It's getting close. I have no idea what that was. I'll probably go to bed tonight and wake up in the morning and find out the computer shut off and reset.
Lynn, you can
You
hear
can hear
in
in an echo
because I
because I hear it echo.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
echoing.
you're
Victoria.
echoing, Victoria.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know, and I have everything closed.
And
And
my
my echo
cancellation
cancellation is checked.
Let me
leave and see if I can come back.
Take me a
Take
minute.
me a minute.
So, Peter, do you have
No,
any?
Hello, Team J Homestead.
Peter, do you have any animals and stuff on your homestead? Chickens and whatnot?
Yes, I have
Yes, I have
chickens and cats.
chickens and cats.
I know you got cats. I've watched you climb all over you. How many chickens do you have?
Well, including
Well, including
15 chickens I
15
find here,
find here,
I've got
I've got
23 chickens.
23 chickens.
Wow. That's a lot of work.
Still an echo.
Still an echo somewheres.
I have no idea where. It's not coming from my end. I'm not hearing it at all, and I'm not seeing anything that would cause it. All right. Sandra Madrano says we're not echoing now. Welcome back, Uchi.
Welcome back.
Okay,
Welcome back.
I have an
I have an echo and I don't.
All right.
All right. Well, I may go.
I don't know
I don't know what's going on.
Uchi, do you have YouTube volume shut off? Muted?
Yes,
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 yes.
and
I
even
shut
the only thing
open is Renard.
Okay.
I have
I have everything else closed.
My
I think
echo,
my
it's
echo
I think it's a StreamYard issue.
I believe so, because every time Uchi starts to speak, she cancels herself out, and I'm not sure why that would be.
I don't know.
I don't know.
All right, so Peter, as you know, I've been working on putting together the master list of lives. I actually was able to get together with Boots and Bounty, who gave me another really long list of lives that are channels I've never heard of. So I'm going to take the list that I got from Back to Good, Rachel, plus the list I've been compiling, and the ones from Boots and Bounty, and I'm going to put them all together and try to come up with one major list of master list of lives, so people can look at it and say, yeah, I know this channel, I want to watch that channel, or I've never heard of this channel. Maybe I want to go check them out. I think that's something that as a community we need to put together.
Sounds like a good
Sounds
idea.
like a good idea.
I don't know how long it's going to take. There's a lot of channels. A lot of channels. And we all overrun each other, you know? So, oh, see, your microphone's been muted, but I have to ask, where are you from?
I'm from
Washington State.
Okay. You had me going with the TPs and now with the Inca background.
Well, my
Well,
channel is
about
Native
Native American flute music.
Okay.
Peter,
I may go back in.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Peter, other than chickens, what animals would you like to get?
Well, chicken's going to be
Chicken's going to be my main thing.
Are they egg layers?
I may get some duck.
I may get some duck.
Okay.
I'm gonna be mainly
mainly Xing out chicks.
Action chicks. Okay. Well, that's what Bobblehead does, and he makes out pretty good with it. So there's a plus side to
sure
that.
does.
Yeah, sure does.
Now, how far are you from where Bobblehead and the rest of them are located now? At the new properties.
I'm
I'm
about
about
35,
40 minutes
where he is
right now.
Okay.
and probably about
About
hour
hour
property.
property.
Maybe a little
Less than an hour.
Okay. I know David and Mike there, Come On Homesteading and DD5 said they were on the road for 2 hours going to Oklahoma today to Bitty Boo's, giving Mike a truck. And MT Homestead is giving David some telephone poles, which is really cool. But they were on the road for like 2 hours. Lynn Dioki at a CROWNPC at yahoo.com. And if you go to my channel, it's also in the description of the channel.
I might have
to end it
because I have no
I have
idea
no idea
what to do to
fix this.
I'm sure it's a
StreamYard issue.
I imagine it is. I've had that issue quite a few times myself.
So I've got
nothing
open.
just StreamYard.
The only thing
The only thing open.
You're welcome, Lynn. And thank you for asking. For those that want to know, the master list of lives I'm putting on my seed website is a file that can be downloaded in PDF form so that you can have your own copy if you have a printer available or whatnot. But right now we're looking in the neighborhood of about probably 60 channels will be on that list. And that's just Sunday through Monday, or Sunday through Saturday rather. There's a lot of channels, and there's a lot of channels that overrun each other. I started doing that with 9 Acre Family Farm. I decided that was a bad route to go because Dale and Lisa are friends of mine. I didn't actually meet them at the Oklahoma meetup, but I did get to know them really well. And they do game night almost all the time. This week they didn't for some reason, but they do game week almost every night. And to me, that's a lot of fun. And I didn't want to overstep their hour. by me joining in for half an hour, thinking I was being nice about not taking up the whole hour. But come on, we all got to like those games, and even I like those games. So I was just like, yeah, I'm giving you guys back your whole hour. I'll find a different day, a different time, and that's what this whole list is about. Is are there a lot of channels on this day doing things at this time, or can you squeeze your life in sometime other than that, or maybe on a different day, so that you know who is available to be able to go in and just say, I'm going to pick this day and this time. And if you do and you have a channel, do me a favor. Send me your link so I can add you to that list as well. Again, it's crownpc@yahoo.com. I appreciate it. I've got 2 really good lists working right now. Well, actually 3. I've got my own, I've got Back to Good, and I've got Boots and Bounty. There's a lot of channels on Boots and Bounty that I don't know, I've never heard of, but you know what? I'm going to check them out just because I've never heard of them. And they might be good. You never know. Quiet listener, I have no control over that. It does it on my lives too. It's like, okay, wait a minute. It catches up with itself after a while, but yeah, it's like you're listening to a Chinese movie. I actually had that last Saturday and I watched the live replay and I was like, I have no idea what caused it. I've had it happen in YouTube Studio as well, so it's not just something that's StreamYard. These guys that are doing this stuff professionally, they don't use StreamYard and they don't use YouTube Studio. They use something else. So, Peter, I'm going to ask you another question. Would you have a goat?
At one
time, I would
get
goat.
Now,
Now,
I'm not so
I'm
sure.
not so sure.
I've heard a lot of good and I've heard more bad.
I
All right, you
wanted,
said-
I wanted to
Go ahead.
I wanted
I wanted to milk goat,
but
but
now I don't.
now I don't want to make the
milking
milking them twice a day.
All right. All right, so you said ducks. Have you thought about turkeys?
Not really.
Not really.
It's not out of
It's
the
not out of the question.
The reason why I ask is I heard turkeys eat about the same amount as a chicken will. They'll get to be twice the size, and that's food in the freezer.
Good point.
Good point.
I don't know what the cost is as far as getting them and to raise or whatever, or how long it takes to get there, but I hear they grow really fast. I hear they eat very little, and I think I'm going to be looking for one, but I don't know. We have a lot of wild turkeys in my area, so maybe not.
I'll just have
I'll
to
just
see
have
how
to see how
quiet.
quiet.
Actually, quiet listener, you're saying it's not powerful enough computer? Honey, this is like the most powerful computer I own, and it's brand new. It's only 6 months old, and I've upgraded it since I bought it. So yeah, it's very powerful. The problem is that something in the background was running for a very long time, and actually stopped me from being able to even be here to watch the live. So I had to go over to a different computer, which is also a brand new one, just to watch the live, and it took a long time for me to be able to come back in on this one. All right, I got somebody coming up my stairs right now. I have a doorbell to let me know. So I'm going to step out of here, and y'all have a good night.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Dave.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I've got some live scheduled. I try to schedule my my lives ahead a little bit. Little brat. Yeah, I don't know what was causing that echo. We'll see if it happens again.
Yeah, I didn't hear it after
Welcome
he
back.
dropped. The echo stopped. So I don't think it was you, Peter. I think that it was him somehow, because it stopped as soon as he dropped down.
Yep. And it didn't start until after he came on.
Right. And I knew it wasn't me. I checked everything. Plus I had everything shut except for StreamYard at one point, and it was still doing it. I even checked my settings in StreamYard, and everything is set up. So, and I usually don't have that issue. It's usually because there's somebody else on the panel that's having the issue and don't realize it. I mean, I'm not saying that he blaming him. I'm just saying that I think he didn't realize that somehow he was causing it. But
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
yeah, not a big deal. I was just waiting, biding my time to come up and talk with you. Yeah, I watch you all the time. And hey, your little baby chicks are adorable. I think they're adorable. I wish I could have some baby chicks here, but we're in the middle of town and our park don't allow it. I would love to have some farm animals. I just can't.
Next year, I'm going to start hacking out chicks, and I have some chicks to sell.
Yeah, I wish I could. I really do wish I could have chickens. I mean, eggs are so expensive here in Washington. Eggs, milk, and, things like that are still pretty high price up here. Gas is like $5 a gallon, and so yeah, it's crazy. We gotta pick and choose what we have each month. We gotta give up some things if we want to have eggs, or give up some things to have the milk. It's a pick and choose.
Yep. I know what you mean.
But it's all right. I don't drink milk. My husband drinks milk. I don't drink. I was born allergic to cow's milk, and which makes it really difficult because I still use things that have dairy in it, like butter and mayonnaise and dressings and things like that. I just can't use a lot of it. I can use it, but just very little. I gotta ration myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like.
I got to be careful with milk.
Jan just. Do you watch Jan? Simply Jan.
Yes.
She's got some baby chicks too. I just think they're so cute.
Yep.
Even the grown-up ones. But I like animals. I don't need animals. So, as you know, I don't need animals. And I would be a horrible farmer because they would live until they died of old age. I could never give them away to somebody that I thought would eat them. Eggs, I'm okay with eating eggs, and that's only because I know they're not fertilized. Yes, I know that they're in the meat category, but for some reason in my head, it's like, but they're not meat because they're not fertile. They're not going to grow a baby in them. And so when I have that in my thoughts, then I can eat it. But then I was on a farm, I don't think I could eat the eggs because I'd be like, it would devastate my heart if I broke an egg open and it was a fertile egg. You know what I mean? I so it's different buying them in the store because they make sure that they're not, you know, fertile. You're not going to break it open and find a partial baby bird in there. I don't know. Do you guys understand what I'm saying in the chat? Do I sound like a nutcase? They're probably all eat meat, so they're like,
I
yeah,
understand what you're saying. I've heard other people say the same thing.
because they feed cows corn and GMO foods are given antibiotics. Yes, I agree with that, Roberta. But if you can get milk from a farmer that is doing milk just for themselves, it would be better to get it from a local farmer that knows what their pets are, or not pets, what their farm animals are eating, than to buy it in a store. If you can get anything bought locally from farmers that don't use herbicides and all of that stuff, it's better that way, I would think, than to go to the store and buy it. And plus, you're helping your local people too, if you can do that. I go to the farmers market a lot when we can, to get things like corn. And I bought corn at the store, which was weird because I bought some corn from the store and I husked it and all of that, and I put it in the microwave. I didn't see anything in that corn, but when I put it in the microwave, it made my microwave spark. Nobody's been able to tell me why corn on the cob made my microwave spark, but I've never had it happen when I bought local from the farmer's market. I only had it happen when I bought it when it came from somewhere else and was in the store.
Yeah, something doesn't sound right there.
Yeah, I mean, I've never ever had corn on the cob spark my microwave, but it did it this one time, and I'm like, I don't know what was in that corn. Hopefully, it won't
There
kill
was
me.
something metallic in it.
I don't know. It's
Oh,
got to be
Joseph?
bad to make a microwave spark, though.
Yeah, something was wrong there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'd rather buy local and be able to question the farmers of, do they put pesticides on their plants, or do they just grow it natural? I'd much rather buy when all they do is put water on it. If bugs eat part of it, that's a natural process. You just cut that part away. I'd rather do that than buy something that's had pesticides and all of that stuff on it. Yeah, yeah. Roberta says most corn is GMO with Monsanto. Yeah, and that's probably where the corn came from that sparked in my microwave. I never did it again. Now my mother-in-law, she gets local corn somewhere, and she'll give us like 6 or 8 corn on the cobs, and then I just cook it and I refreeze it. I don't know. It seems to come out okay when I thaw it. It seems to be all right. So I just cook it and then freeze it if it's too much for me to eat.
Yes, hey, little puppies are getting very big now. They're over 6 months old now.
So yeah, I'm just needing my hours right now, Peter. I don't know. I hope it won't take me 5 years to get get my hours. Somebody said, "Hey, you can have all of your friends and still not get your hours for up to 3 years, if not longer." My last channel, it took me over 5 years, and I was like 200 hours from being monetized when they took it from me. And I don't know if you guys, anybody in here even remembers what happened, but I'm not going to go into it. I do have a video that, first video I think I put out explains what happened with my last video. I made a mistake of trusting somebody, and then they struck me, or is that what it's called? They copyright strike me like 9 times on different videos, and got my channel shut down when they were the ones that gave me the okay to use their content. It was a TikTok countdown timer, and I had been using it as a lead-in for my lives on my old channel, and so that's what made me lose it, because I got 9 strikes and they immediately shut my channel. This time I'm not doing that. I've learned my lesson. I don't, if it's not mine, I'm not going to use it.
The only music I'm going to use from now on is music from YouTube Studio.
Yeah.
Because I was using music from Ben Sound, music that
Right.
royalty-free music is supposed to be okay to use and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was fine at the time. Now here it is, months later. I'm getting copyright claims from videos 8, 9, 10 months ago. Because,
Yep.
and I looked into it. What happened is now you have to buy a subscription to Ben Sound to use that music. And it was free
Yeah.
at the time I used it.
Yeah.
So now I'm getting claims all the time from the videos from way back.
Yeah, that's what was happening to me. They was giving me copyright claims, which you don't lose your channel over the claims or anything. You won't get the benefit of that watch time and on those videos. The other person will get the money, the hours for whatever, if you leave it in there. Me, I started clipping out whenever they would say there was a claim on a song. They show you if it's not over 10 hours. If it's over 10 hours, then you don't have that opportunity to clip it out. But if it's under 10 hours, they'll give you the opportunity to clip out whatever they're saying the claim is on. So I always would clip them out, which was pretty upsetting, because a lot of times on my old channel, people was doing it a cappella, which means they were doing it without the background music. They were just singing songs. And because what they said was because the song itself, the words have a claim on them also. So you can get, even if you don't have music in the background, you can still get a claim on just somebody singing a song a cappella. It's and I would have to clip those out. And I had some pretty good singers come up on my panel at the time. I mean, awesome. They sang like angels, but I had to clip them out because they sang too good and they got claims.
Yeah, I've heard a few people purposely mess up the songs when they were singing them, and they say it's the automatic thing that YouTube checks with can't pick it up that way.
Yeah, if you do it, wrong, they're not so likely going to give you the claim if you sing the song wrong. But if you sing it word for word, because of my karaoke before, they will claim it sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. It just depends, like I said, on how good the singers are too. I mean, I've had to take down some really good singers because they sang too good. Excuse me, my cat. I need to change that. Oh, I look like a robot. That's better. Took away the hole in my head. But yeah, thank you for letting me come up. I don't know that I've ever come up on your panel before, Peter.
I don't think you have.
I don't think I have either. I've been in your chat plenty, but I don't think I've ever been able to come up here. So I appreciate you letting me come up. And again,
Not a
I would
problem. Good to
I
have you up
appreciate
there.
anybody that can help me with my hours. I'm kind of frozen at what I put in the chat earlier. I think it was 1,933. I'm kind of stuck right there. So if anybody wouldn't mind, you can turn the volume down and just let it play. But hopefully you'll like my flute music enough to listen and give me a thumbs up. But
If anyone turns the volume down, just don't turn it down all the way.
yeah, you don't want to turn it
Don't have
off.
don't have it muted. Make sure you can have it down low enough you can't hear it, but it's got to be showing. It can't if it shows the line through the speaker. That means it's muted. You can't have it like that.
Yeah. Well, go check out my music.
Because that would suck if
95.
someone.
Have you ever listened
That
to
would
my
suck if
music?
someone muted it and thought they were playing it.
Have you ever listened to my music, Peter?
Yes, I have a little bit.
I've got another CD on its way to me that I made, and it's me and my friend Sarah. She's doing drums and Native American rattles in it, and the guy that Alfonso is his name. He's a blind guy, and he does both CDs and vinyl. And if you've got music or you play music, he will help you to put it on a CD or vinyl. And so he's made me 2 already, and I've got a third one coming to me here pretty soon. The third one I think sounds better than the last 2 because he made it sound more like there's more than one person playing the flute, because it's me playing the flute twice, and kind of like more like I'm sitting in a canyon, even though I'm not. He's awesome at it. And then you hear the drums and the rattles in there too from my friend Sarah. So I think it came out a little bit better this next, and I just put the video out. It's a couple hours, and if you just listen to that one, that would sure help my hours, help me get the likes in my analytics and stuff.
And see, Roberta just posted your link.
Oh, well, thank you, Roberta, for putting my link there. Thank you so much. And so, Peter, I'm going to drop back down, and I'll listen to you in the chat and let you get back to talking like I normally see you up here, just talking away, being so charming.
Okay. Okay, thanks for coming
I'll
up.
talk to you later. Thank you for letting me up.
Okay,
Bye.
have a good night. Guess it's my show now. What, anyone have any questions for me? Or anything you want me to comment on? And I think I went over everything that I'd intended to. So if anyone's got any questions, just go ahead and ask me. Okay, Roberta. Thanks for being here. I don't really have any updates on that, J&B. We're just kind of on hold right now. There'll be something happening in the coming weeks. But I don't have a date yet. Hello, Kevin. Okay, Victoria. I appreciate it. But hopefully when the time comes, I'll be able to get a good video out about that. That'll be an exciting time. Yes, it does, J&B. If things aren't quite ready on the other end yet, you know what, Brett? I know where you live. You keep it up, I'll be able to at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning pounding on your door. I'll be back in just a minute, everyone. I just got to take a short break here. I'm back. Okay, J&B, thanks for being here. Don't tempt me, Brett. I may just pack up a dog or two when I leave, and you'll be looking for them. Where'd they go? Yep, that was Fluffy, I guess, had in my lap. The cats were all laying here relaxed. As soon as I get up, then they all hopped up. If Fluffy is... She's almost 5 months old. She'll be 5 months old on September 7th, I believe it is. But boy, she's small for her age. Very small. But she's healthy. She was sick there a couple months ago, but she's well now. Her eyes were all cleared up nice, and she's gained some weight, but she's not growing. She gets a good healthy weight for a younger kitten. I think she's gonna be a miniature cat. Sorry, I can't give Huckleberry a new home. I just don't trust him around animals. Oh, yeah, I know Missy does love me. When I'm sitting outside, she'll come right over, jump up, and hug me. She is a sweetie. You know, I think one thing with Huckleberry is the goat that he had cornered today was the biggest one. And the goat didn't back off from him. Goat just stood there and stood its ground. So he backed off. I think when he goes after the smaller ones, I think they're running, and that's why he's going after them. Little tails toe in the dark. But he is a very friendly dog towards people. It's just I don't trust him with animals. Well, you should have saw him out there this morning. He was right up face to face with that biggest goat, barking at him, and the goat just stood there. And then by the time you and Deborah got out here, he'd given up. But I do want to don't get on the keyboard, Dino. This is Dino. This is Fluffy's brother. He's a lot bigger than she is. Yeah, actually, I have seen that goat bump him before. Yeah, at some point I would like to get a dog or two. I want something to chase raccoons away. And any other animals that might come around. Neighbors' dogs, coyotes. The only thing I just have to make sure that they're not going to go after my chickens. Yeah, I guess that's what the buck's supposed to do. I know normally the male of most species is supposed to protect the rest of them. Come here, you see what your puppies are doing out there, Brett. Oh, they're chasing Buster. That's what they're doing. Yeah, that hunting dog and him does make it bad. Your cats are goofballs. I love the way they'll come right up to me, want to be petted, rub around on me and stuff. But then if I try to approach them, they take off, act like they're scared to death of me. Yeah, it gets too bad he doesn't act more like Daisy than his father. That's his problem. Just don't you click it, Brett. I won't let you up. I don't know you. Yes, they can. Okay, have a good night, Haig. I first found out about cats can have different father for every kitten in the litter. And I kind of assumed dogs were the same, and then I heard that dogs are the same. I've heard that technically it's possible for every single one to have a different father, even though normally that's not going to happen. Well, I guess technically it could. Animals can do some amazing things. Like a rooster can reject, or said that wrong, a hen can reject a rooster. Even though the rooster mates with the hen, if the hen doesn't like that rooster, she can reject that and not fertilize her eggs. It's kind of amazing what some animals can do. Would anyone else have any questions for me? Or anything you want me to comment on? Because I can just recap. I don't know if there's anyone in here that hasn't heard this stuff before, but I just recap what I've gone over tonight. No. We're supposed to be mid to upper 80s most of the week. I think, I can't remember the exact day. We're supposed to have like 4 or 5 days mid to upper 80s. And then it's supposed to go back up into the 90s. And then I think September 4th, 5th, something like that. Then it's supposed to go back up to 100 again. So we have a little break next few days. Yeah, I checked this afternoon, and that's what they were saying. Yeah, you're in Texas, right, Kevin? Yep. Yeah, you're a lot warmer right now than we are here. I'm showing 86. Well, I know it's cooler to the north. When David was in here earlier, he's in New York. He was in the 70s there. Yeah, Kevin, it's 12 degrees cooler right now here than you are. Well, to recap everything, chickens are all doing good. My chicks are getting huge. They're going to be going outside later in the week. Thinking, I ordered a dog pen today. It comes in 2 foot high, 2 foot wide panels. There's 8 panels, and I'm gonna set that up inside the run that I have for the chickens now. And the 3 juvenile birds are gonna be in there. I'm gonna put a top over it. I have some chicken wire that I can put over the top so they'll stay in it. And then I'm going to be borrowing a dog crate. So I think I'll move the little birds out there in the dog crate. Yeah, it has been warm last couple weeks. Daisy. So hopefully the birds will be a little happier. Yeah, these guys in here, they're growing so fast that they'll be able to go out by the end of the week with no problem. I don't have any heat on them now. They quit going under the heat plate, so I said, might guess we'll unplug it. And they're doing just fine. Of course, a little bit crowded in there anyway, so their body heat's keeping them warm. Hello, Bobby. And my license should be at the post office waiting for me. And as soon as I can get that, then I'm going to get the ID verification done with Google AdSense. And then I'll have to do the address verification where they send me a pen. So hopefully I can get that done soon and get my monetization active again. And then I'm going to get my own P.O. box after I get my ID. I'll be able to get a P.O. box. And then I have to turn that New York license in so I can get an Arkansas license. And then I'll be able to apply for food stamps and Medicaid, which I'm in desperate need of both of them. One thing, I got to get set up with a doctor here for my disability case. Plus, I'm out of my medicine now. So I need to get a prescription written and have the insurance pay for the prescription. So then I'll be able to do that. And I've been spending quite a bit of money in the past month on food, because I was getting $253 a month in food stamps from New York. And that ended over a month ago. So that's all money that I've been having to pay cash for food since then. Food stamps is a government program where low-income people get credit put on a card that you can use to buy food items with. Where normally I don't have to pay out of pocket for my food. My food stamps to cover it. But New York stopped my food stamps. So I've had to pay since the middle of July. I've had to pay out of pocket for any food I get. So that really cuts into my money. Yeah, since you were asking about it, I figured that you didn't have it in Canada. Hello, Masha. Well, that was the main things that I talked about earlier. I'm doing pretty good. And if anyone wants Nightbot to drop your link, type King in the chat. Nightbot will also tell you what your weather is. If you type in weather and then your zip code. Yep, a couple years from now, things will really be good, Wanda. Well, hopefully. It's just a slow process. But right now, I don't have any income. It's just whatever donations I get. So when I have to spend part of that money on food, it really cuts into it. And I got my checks. So next year, I'll be able to start hacking out chicks and selling them to make some money. And then, of course, that means more chicken food, and then the dog fence that I was just telling about. And I had to get another waterer. That was like $11, $12. Not a lot, but another little thing. But this is all stuff that is going to help me out next year. And then disability is going to be a while, but the attorney's almost positive within 2.5 years that I'll get that. So that's why I said in a couple years things to be good, as long as that comes through. And he seemed pretty positive. Just it's going to take some time for it to happen. Okay, thank you, Wanda. I appreciate that. I don't have an actual bank account. I've got PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. Well, yes, I prefer PayPal out of everything I've got. Well, he gave me these statistics for disability cases that are approved. He said nothing happened for the first 6 months. And then 6 months to a year, he said it's about 5% will get approved. Rest will get denied. And then the next 4 to 6 months after that, another 9% get approved. And the rest get denied a second time. And in the next 6 to 9 months after that, 45 to 65% get approved. And he said he's almost positive that by the third try that I'll get approved. He said it could come quicker, but statistics are saying that there's very slim chance that there'll be approval in the first the first 16 to 18 months. It's only a 9% chance that it will be approved during that time. Yeah, there's different payment options in Canada than there is in the United States. And I'll get paid back on my disability to the date that it's filed. I saw him on August 11th. So that was this past Friday was 2 weeks. So that probably has been filed now. If not, it will be very shortly. And whatever the filing date is set at, then I'll get retroactive to that date. So if it takes 2 years to get approved, then there'll be the first check will be for 2 years payments on it. And the attorney will get 25% of that. And then once he gets 25% of the back pay, then that's the end of that. And then the following month, I start getting the full amount. Yeah, I had friend had his leg amputated. It must have been, I would say, 10, 12 years ago. He's a diabetic. He's got an infection in his leg, and just as stubborn as he can be. Well, he decided, he did end up going to the ER, and they were going to admit him to the hospital, and he refused, walked out. He said he had to go to work. He couldn't be admitted to the hospital. Well, he got worse, went back a couple days later, and the infection had gotten so bad at that point that there was nothing they could do. And it's automatic when you get a leg amputated. And it took him 9 months to get disability. And that wasn't even anything they were disputing. That was just to get it filed and get through the court system. Took him 9 months. Yes. That's right, Masha. Once I get the pause off from my monetization, so people can start doing super chats again, I don't discourage people from doing super chats because I know a lot of people think it's fun to do and stuff. But YouTube does take a huge amount of that. I've heard anywhere from 30 to 40% that they take. So if anyone wants to contribute anything to my PayPal, you can do that at any time. You don't even have to wait for my monetization to come back. But hope they will get my monetization back soon. That was paused because of this deal, get my license renewed and stuff, because I need to do the ID verification. Yes, right. Chances are much better with an attorney. I checked into that because I had a lot of people telling me to go with what was it? I forgot what it's called. But it's somewhere where they'll fill out the paperwork for you and stuff. But they won't go to court to fight for you or anything. The fee's less on it, but you don't have much of a chance of winning with that. where the attorney I have, he's going to be right there until I get it. And he will fight for it. And I had to sign all kinds of release forms so he can contact my doctor's offices and get the records from them and stuff. Where that other place there that a couple people was telling me to go to, they don't do any of that. You've got to do all that on your own. So this could work out a lot better with the attorney, because he'll do all that work for me, plus fight for me. Yeah, it sounds like in Canada it's a little easier. Because here in the United States, they have everything set up to be difficult. They try to discourage people. Yeah, I knew it was quite a bit that they take for the super chats, because I had a $50 super chat during one live, and then several other smaller ones. And when I checked afterwards, they were saying I was going to get like $38, $39 from that. My P.O. box isn't in the description. It's in the description of my videos, but it's not in the description of the live. I actually should put it in that later on. But it's in the description of my videos, and it's in my About section. Well, Brett, you say you can only do a little yourself, but here I am living rent-free in your camper. So even though you can't actually give me money, this was a big help right here. And I don't know if you've done it yet or not, Masha, but and this goes for anyone. If you type King in the chat, Nightbot will drop your link. Yeah, for the most part, attorneys are expensive, Wanda. With the one I'm using for disability, he can't set a price on that. Well, he can, but it's set up by the government that the most they can ask for is 25% of your back pay. And if that happens to go to court and get approved immediately, which it won't, but if it did, he wouldn't get anything. But only 5% of them get approved right off. But let's just say, and it's capped at 7,200 no matter what. So if you got someone that's eligible for a lot of money, like he used for an example, he said if I get $10,000 in back pay, he'll get 2,500. Someone else, if they get 100,000 in back pay, he gets 7,200 because 7,200 is a cap. Hello, John. Yeah, I know I've heard a lot about people in the past taking advantage of the system. I'm not sure. And those things were easier back then. Because I don't hear so much about that today. And today they have it so hard to get disability. Good advice, Wanda. I will try to mention that. Hello, Jake. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, that is a huge help. Because until I start selling some chicks next year, and then I'm not going to get a lot just starting out. I do hope to be able to talk to Jeff about chicks again at some point. I talked to him a little bit. Happened to run into him when I had lunch. Well, in fact, it was there to see a disability attorney. I know he talked about a restaurant that he really liked. So we came back that way because I wanted to stop at Tractor Supply and Walmart, and I wanted to try that restaurant out. While I was there, Jeff happens to come in with Drew and Lindsay, and we sat there and talked about chickens for an hour. So I'm hoping to be able to talk to him again like that and get some advice. But I know it's going to be slow to start. So basically, I'm not going to have much of an income until I get my disability. Yes, they are so kind, Wanda. That's right. Hey, just a place to stay, Brett. Like I said, That right there means a lot to me. Hello, Outagum. Thank you, Wanda. I appreciate it. Welcome back, David. Yeah, I was gonna hold off on dinner until after I got through with the live, but I was watching a live before this, traveling with Merton and Sue. The traveling Merton and Sue, I guess it is. And they got talking about food. They kept it up for like 10 minutes. And I said, I'm going to wait for dinner, but if you're going to talk about food like this, I'm going to have to eat before I do my live. So I ate before I did my live. Hey, Superman. Well, Jason, thanks for letting us know that. I've been trying to figure out who the heck you are for the past couple days. Yes, that's right, Wanda. There's always some people going to take advantage. You know, I heard someone else saying the other day that a fish had gotten some of their chickens. Yep, same here, Brett. I haven't been doing many. In fact, I just checked today. My last video was 11 days ago. But I'm hoping with this week being cooler that maybe I'll feel a little better. Because get up in the morning, I'm fine. And then by the time I go outside and mess around a little bit, feed and water the chickens, then I start not feeling so good for the rest of the day. And someone else said the same thing's been happening to them, so. And they were blaming the heat, so I think that's what it is. With most of the summer, about the heat bothering me, but here lately, it's been bothering me a little bit. Well, I'll be looking forward to that, Jason. Oh, you got that right. Jeff just sat there and talked and talked and talked. Drew and Lindsay finished their lunch. They left. Jeff just kept there talking about chicken some more. And that's why he said, I'd love to keep talking to you, but I've got to go. Yeah, I was talking with Jeff about fencing that day also. Because I'm thinking about, instead of going with electric netting, I'm thinking about doing a 5 foot high welded wire with an electric wire on the bottom and on the top. And Jeff was telling me electric wire 4 inches off the ground and 2 inches above the top. So I'm going to try that. Because I want something a little higher. A 6 foot fence would be even better, but seems to be a big price difference between the 5 foot and the 6 foot. Because electric netting fence, you can get either 42 or 48 inches. And I'm just afraid chickens are going to fly over it, especially the younger ones. I've already had one chicken fly over the electric fences around them now. And she got killed because she flew over it. Yeah, technically throughout the whole United States, it's SNAP. Food stamps is the old name for it. But it technically is SNAP everywhere is now. Well, if you keep Huckleberry inside or build him an enclosure that he can't get out of, I'll quit waking you up first thing in the morning, Brett. I was about 30 miles north of Syracuse, David. Most recently, I was in Parrish, right on Interstate 81. And before that, I was not far from Parrish, Elkmar and Williamstown. Oh yeah, you got that right, Jason. They were talking about food. Everyone in the chat was talking about food. And Joni from Creekside Maples was talking about the cookies that she made. And yep, Brett. I hadn't been awake more than 5 minutes, and he started barking. And now I know what that means when he starts barking out there. He's in there with them. And I looked out the window, and he had that big goat. He had him cornered in there, standing there barking at him. Well, I better hurry up and go wake up Brett and Deborah before something bad happens. Okay, Jason. Yeah, I'm not sure how much longer I'll be on here. Already been on 2 hours and 39 minutes. But good to see you again. Thanks for stopping in, Masha. I'll try to hit up one of your lives this week. The other day, I tried going to one of your lives, and you were just ending. I could see that you were getting ready to end it. And I just started typing in chat. Stream is ended. Yep, that's what sucks, David. You start your own business and make a living for yourself and then get penalized for it. Yeah, Jeff thought that was a pretty good idea. He said the only thing he would do different is he said he would fence in as big of an area as I can and then still have the Premier One fencing, or there's another one that a lot of people like better than Premier One. I'd have to look it up. I can't think of what it is now. But anyway, it's very similar to the Premier One. But some people seem to like that a little bit better. And he said, then put that around right where the flocks are going to be. Yes, my attorney told me that most likely it's going to be 2.5 years. He said it could be sooner. But he said more than likely it's going to be on the third try. I'll get 2 denials before they will approve it. I don't know what chat I'm in. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me, David. They want to tax everything. Yeah, when I was in New York, I used to hear Joe Knowles commercials all the time. Yeah, the attorney I have here was one that was recommended to me by a friend. He used him for his disability case a few years ago. And I was very impressed with him. He went over everything with me, very thorough. And he said he's going to be retired in 2 years. But he said any cases he has open, he's going to finish up. So he says I don't have to worry about getting transferred to another attorney or anything. He's going to be here until I get my disability. Because he's going to stop taking on cases after a certain point. Well, Night Thought's not lying. I don't know if you can read it. 84.2. Well, there's a lot of savannas around. That property I was buying in Tennessee was in Savannah, Tennessee. I actually had people tell me, oh no, Savannah's not in Tennessee. Savannah's in Georgia. I know there's a lot of cities that have the same name in different states. Look who came back to see me. My little Fluffy. Yeah, I've heard of Havana. Yeah, Havana's not an awful long way from here, is it, Brett? Yeah, I know the general area where all of those are, David. So it's not too far from here. Yeah, that's right. Because I think Jeff's original property. I think his address was Savannah. I'd forgotten about that until you just mentioned it. It's good to have everyone right close by here. And by close by, I'm talking within an hour or two. There's so many YouTube channels in this general area. Your dogs are a serious problem. Hello, Thunderstick Homestead. I've had one chick, the one that Lucy hatched out and disappeared when it was 2 weeks old. That one, I don't know for sure what happened to it. It just disappeared. But all of my adult birds that have been killed by a predator has been a dog. I had 2 Easter eggers. They were my first 2 chickens. They were killed by a dog just before they started laying. So I never even got an egg out of them. That was almost 2 years ago. It was 2 years in November, I believe it was, just before Thanksgiving. Yeah, that was a pit bull that got those 2 Easter eggers. And that dog is responsible for killing, I would say, at least 75 chickens over the time that I was there. He would take out 10, 15 chickens at a time. That's what I don't like about dogs, because you take a wild animal, 99% of the time, they're killing for food. Dogs don't. They just kill for the sake of killing. If something attacked my mother's husky years ago, and one of the neighbors said that he thought it was either a fisher or a bear. Yeah, you got that right, Brett. Livestock guardian dog. That's why I want a livestock guardian dog. Because they normally won't kill your animals. I know sometimes untrained puppies do. What's like when Buffy went broody last year under the neighbor's brush pile. Her eggs were getting broken. And I had so many people tell me that it was snakes taking the eggs out from underneath her. First of all, I can't imagine her letting a snake grab some out from underneath her. And second of all, the eggs were broken. I know normally snakes do eat eggs whole. Yeah, I prefer no snakes around at all. Yeah, and we definitely had rats around there. Water? What's that, David? Yeah, pretty dry around here right now. No, I think that creek up the road there towards the post office. Actually, just before you get to the post office. I think that's a perfect environment for alligators. That's what I think about every time I go over that and look at how dirty that water is. You can't see anything in there. Well, you think that's a perfect place for alligators. I need to get my camera set up. Because then maybe I could have seen what happened to Lucy's chick. Hey, Daisy. Daisy came back to visit. that trail cam I have is a cheap one. Walmart has them and Amazon has them. They're about $30. I had that set up, never caught anything on it in New York. Since I've been down here, I haven't set it back up again. Hello, dog man. This is the first time I've seen Dog Man in the chat. You were on your other channel earlier. You were here under Washington Mountain Living before. Right at the very beginning. Well, now I'm a little more than an hour from you, David. Yeah, up until I came to Arkansas, I was about an hour from you. Now I'm about 20 hours from you. Well, that's not good, Mike. So is that how you keep people away from your place, Mike? You just talk about your thongs all the time, so you know no one's going to want to show up and see you in a thong? I know you scared me away. I'll never be going to your house. There is no top chat or live chat. And StreamYard is just chat. Yeah, it's flying, isn't it? Well, I can't do that. I'd have to go outside in order to do that. When I'm outside, so I got Wi-Fi on my phone, I do have YouTube going. How do you know it's dark outside? You're on the other side of the mountain. Maybe it's different here. Ow! Let go. No. You're right. You can't behave, Mike. Yeah, I should go outside. Not tonight, but in the future, I should go outside. maybe you won't be able to go up. If I have to let you up. Hey, Superman. Have you guys had enough fun yet? Been on for 3 hours and 10 minutes. Yeah, that's right. Mike or Brett, neither one can behave. Well, I think it's about time to end this. We only got 6 people left in here. What kind of beans do you have? Green beans? Lima beans? Kidney beans? Oh, yeah? I think I end when I hit end broadcast. Yeah, I haven't watched All in the Family in a couple days. If I get my phone right up against the window, I can usually, not always, but I usually can get preview on it. And then I watch All in the Family for a little bit, episode or two. Then I lose Wi-Fi and got to redo it all over again. You're not gonna have very good luck trying to repo it, Mike. This would fall apart before you got to the road. Okay, I'll dig a dick. I can soften the ground up. You ever watch me after I get through watering the chickens, what I do with the rest of the water in the bucket? I dump it at the corner of the fence out there where I pull the post out so I can get in. That softens the ground up so I can get the post back in the ground again. it'll be 3 years before Drew gets some of the work Jeff has for him. Then who knows how many more jobs he's got lined up. I bet he's already got jobs booked until he retires. If it rains, I could dig a deck. It's only gonna be an inch or two deep, but I'll dig it. It's going on too long for me too, David. Well, I think it's time to call it a night. I appreciate everyone being here. Another live Wednesday evening, 10 o'clock Central. Yes, you are, Brett. I smell you. Okay, have a good night, everyone.